Welcome, my dear students. Today's your topic is services and components of operating system. So that is unit 2. The weightage of this topic is 10 marks in your syllabus. So there are different services provided by the operating system. They are as follows. First service is user interface. Second one is program execution. Third, IO operations. Fourth, system manipulation. Fifth is communication. Sixth is error detection. Seventh is resource allocation. Eighth is accounting. And ninth is protection and security. So we will discuss these services one by one. So operating system provides services to both the users and to the programs. Before this, we will see the difference between program and process. Program is a set of instructions, whereas when a program is executed, it is known as a process. Program is a passive entity, process is active entity. The lifespan of program is longer, the lifespan of process is limited. Program is stored on disk in some file and it does not require any other resources, while as process holds resources such as CPU, memory address, disk, IO, etc. So that is the basic difference between program and process. Let us consider the services provided by the operating system. The first service is program execution. Operating system handle many kinds of activities from user programs to system programs such as printer spooler, name server, file server, etc. So each of these activities is encapsulated as a process. Following are the major activities of an operating system with respect to program management. First, it loads a program into memory. It executes the program. It handles program execution. It provides a mechanism for process synchronization. It provides a mechanism for process communication. And it provides a mechanism for deadlock handling. In short, the operating system provides an environment where the user can conveniently run programs. It also performs other important tasks like allocation and deallocation of memory, CPU scheduling, etc. It also provides services to the end process execution either normally or abnormally by indicating the error. The second is a IO operation. So when a program is running, it may require input-output resources such as file or devices such as a printer. So the operating system provides a service to do these IO operations. The operating system manages the communication between the user and device drivers. Third is user interface. An operating system have a user interface that allows user to communicate with the system. There are three types of user interfaces. First is a command line interface, second one is a batch interface, and third one is a graphical user interface. So command line interface deals with the text command. That is a technique for entering those commands. Then second is a batch interface. So these commands and directives are used to manage those commands that are entered into files and those files gets executed. Third one is graphical user interface, which is a window system with a pointing device to point to the I/O from menu driven interface and make choice to view a number of lists and a keyboard to enter the text. So all of you know the graphical user interface. Then next is a file system manipulation. So program need to read and write the data from and to the files and directories. Operating system manages the secondary storage. It makes easier for user program to accomplish their tasks such as opening a file, saving a file and deleting file. So it gives the permission to program for the operation on file. It provides interface for create and deletion of files. It provides interface for creation and deletion of directories. And it provides interface to create the backup of file system. The next is a communication. In the system, when one process may need to exchange information with another process, communication can be implemented via shared memory or through message passing, in which packets of information are moved between processes by the operating system. The next service provided by the operating system, that is resource management or resource allocation. So when multiple jobs running concurrently, resources must be need to be allocated to each of them. Resources can be CPU cycles, main memory storage, file storage and IO devices. So CPU scheduling routines are used to establish how the best CPU can be used. Then the next one is error handling or error detection. So error may occur within CPU, memory hardware, IO devices and in the user program. For each type of error, the operating system takes proper action and consistent computing. So operating system detects CPU and memory hardware such as memory error or power failure or a connection failure of a network or lack of paper in the printer, etc. The next service is provided, that is a protection. Protection is a mechanism to control the access of program, processes or users to the resources defined by a computer system. So following are the major activities of an operating system with respect to the protection. The operating system ensures that all accesses to the system resources is controlled or not. It ensures the external IO devices are protected from invalid access attempts. It also provides the authentication features for each user by means of passwords. So when several separate processes executed concurrently, one process should not interfere with the other processes or operating system itself. So protection provides controlled access to the system resources. Security is provided by user authentication such as password for accessing the information. The last service that is provided by operating system is accounting. Operating system keeps track of various computer resources allocated to the user and how much and what kind of computer resources has been used for accounting, or it's simply to accumulate usage statistics. Thank you.